Welcome to Python 101. Today we will talk about some cleaning up methods for DataFrame. Before we can work on a DataFrame, we have to ensure that all the data are actually in proper formats, because many times we can see missing fields. Like if you import some data from Excel file, most of the time you will see some data which are not in the proper format, or the fields are missing. So we're going to take care about it. But before that, let's import pandas as PD and numpy as np. Okay, and this is the data frame I created the day before. Let's use this one. Okay, this is the overview. Okay, as you can see here, we have some problems. The first problem is that there's a missing data here for height. Not only that, there's 0. So how can the height be 0? We also have similar problems for salary. How can the salary be 0? And there's a missing field here. And also gender is NaN. So NaN is actually missing data. So we're going to take care of all that. Okay, how do we take care of the zeros here? We need to replace it with an average figure, meaning an average height. Okay, for here, we need to replace it with average salary. However, we cannot just find the average salary right now. We have to convert 0 to NaN first. Convert the 0 to NaN first. Then after that, we find the mean, then followed by replacing these zeros and this NaN with the mean. Okay. However, we have a proper way to find out the NaN. From here, we can see how many NaNs because the data is small. What if you have 100,000 rows? You cannot see. So we have a way to find out. Is the command is df.isna.sum. Okay, and it will return you the total number of NaN. For gender, we have 1 NaN, salary 1, and height is 1. Okay, to find out the number of zeros, we can use df.describe followed by the curly bracket. Okay, it gives you a very a good overview of the statistics of this data frame. So from here you can see that minimum for salary is 0, which is wrong. Height is 0, which is wrong. So we need, first of all, as we said earlier, we need to replace the original value, which is 0, to a new value called np.nan. Okay, so we have to replace it with NaN first before we do anything. So the command is df.replace and followed by the curly brackets, putting in first the 0, which is the original value, and the new value is np.nan. And notice that in place equals to true means we're going to save the new data back to the data frame.df. Okay, but if we put it as false, means it will not save, it will just display. Let's try it. Okay, there you go. Now you see the 0 value has been replaced by NaN over here and over here. Before that, it was here 0 here and 0 here, but now it is replaced with NaN. Okay, but we want to save it back to df, so we have to key in true. All right, so we will not display, but rather it will save it to display it. Okay, right? Then after that, we will find out the mean of the salary by keying in df salary in square brackets dot mean. So in doing so, we are actually extracting the mean from this column and assigning it to salary mean. We do the same thing for height, okay? Right? We then use df.salary.replace to replace the an values to salary mean. We do the same thing for height. And for the gender, we do not use replace. We use df.load. This is, remember, this is the row index. Indicate row index is 1, column is gender. And df.load 1, gender, within square brackets equals to capital M over here. And make sure that there's a code because this is not a number, so we have to put a code. Let's run it. Okay. There you go. There you go. We check with .info. Okay, so now as you can see, there is no more NaN values. There are 10 entries altogether, and all 10 entries have non-null values. Okay, but however, we have an issue. We do not want floats. We want integer. So what do? Okay, one more thing. As you can see here, age is supposed to be an integer, but it's an object. Okay, meaning it's not a number. It looks like a number, but it's actually not number. This is object, meaning it's a string. So we need to change it to integer. To do that, we type df.astype followed by the curve bracket, and within the curve bracket we'll put a dictionary. Dictionary is okay, salary here, okay, which is the column, followed by colon, followed by the new data type, which is integer. So we are setting the salary column to type integer. We are setting the age column to type integer. We're setting the height column to type integer as well. Okay. So after we setting the type, we will assign it back to F. Let's run it. Okay. Now it's saved to F, df.info. Now you see everything is integer, no more float. We have finished cleaning up our data. Thank you. We'll see you next time.